Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here to talk about the Rival 310 from SteelSeries. It's a mouse I've been using for the past few months, and I'm here to tell you whether you should pick it up or whether you should drop it. So let's get right into it. So let's talk about the build quality. So we'll start with the plastic. It's nothing super exciting. It's matte plastic. It's easy to clean. Feels pretty premium. That's about as far as plastic goes on a mouse. Buttons all feel really good, but I'll revisit that somewhere else. The silicone pads on the side give you great grip, but I do have a couple concerns. See, I can peel off the side of my silicone pad just with my finger. I felt it just last night, just looking at it, and that's not that great. The cleaning on them, on the silicone, they have all those little designs in it, which is good for grip, but when you go to the other side of the equation, if you get something on your hand and then you grab your mouse, you have like little things stuck in there, and then you gotta like clean them off painstakingly. So I wish they were like removable with the mouse without like ripping off adhesive. Like you could take them off, you could clean them, and then you could put them back on. That would be nice. Okay, one last thing in build quality to talk about is the cable. I'd say this is one of the weakest links. It's just, I mean, it's a cable. It's not the most amazing cable ever. It's got a little SteelSeries branding so you can figure it out, but like, who's able to see that when they're plugging it into their computer? I'm confused on how that helps you, but I digress. Yeah, so the cable, I wish it were braided. It's not. It's nothing special. It's pretty long. Yeah, that about wraps up build quality. So let's talk about the hardware in the mouse itself. After this, we'll probably get into like the software, because SteelSeries has some pretty extensive software. So as far as the buttons go, I think they're Omrons. They're guaranteed for 50 million clicks. You know, basically the standard side buttons feel really good, really robust. You've got 6 buttons overall with the DPI switcher, which you can mess around in the software, and you've got a button on the scroll wheel like every other mouse ever. It's got a TrueMove 3 sensor, which was in development with SteelSeries and PixArt. PixArt is the supplier for those, if you didn't know. But it's got one-to-one tracking. It says the first one-to-one tracking. I can't verify that, but it feels really good. I'm not a pro esports player or anything. If you want to like know someone who would actually see the precision, I'll link a video by Hardware Canucks on the review, but you've probably already seen that if you're watching my video. But yeah, I digress. Let's move on to... So the lighting is actually really nice and tasteful. I'll go into this a little more on the software because you got the control in the software, but yeah, it looks good. It's a nice looking mouse overall. To me, I enjoy SteelSeries' modern design. The little feet on the bottom are really, they give you a lot of good slick movement, but I wish they were like able to be taken off without ripping off adhesive. You know, it looks like they're adhesived on the back. They're adhesived? Adhesive. Stuck? They're stuck to the bottom of it with adhesive. That's how you say it. They are stuck to the bottom with adhesive. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of that design. I wish you could take them off and replace them easily, but the likelihood that you're gonna have to replace them is not very high. So yeah. So let's talk about the software. So I haven't messed around with the software like all the time since I've had it. The most I've messed around with software is the other day, just doing research into this video, but it's actually some pretty cool software. I've messed around with the RGB lighting before this, but I didn't realize how much control you had over macros and stuff. Setting these side buttons, I found this awesome thing they just added, or they might have added it a while ago, but I didn't see it. So whenever you launch a game, you can have it run on a certain profile with your own macros. So let me just explain how this works. So I have a game where I want to switch items between 1 and 2. So I have to go in there, I could go in there and make my own profile and add it to my SteelSeries Engine 3 software. So I can make it to where whenever that game launches, and it's pretty easy to figure out, whenever I can make it when that game launches, my mouse buttons suddenly work as 1 and 2, the buttons on my keyboard. So I can still use my keyboard buttons, or I could use those buttons, and it doesn't interfere with the rest of the use of my computer. If I have another like macro set for my normal desktop, it won't affect that, so that's cool. And something else you can do in the macros is you can set it to repeat a button. So this is not just keyboard buttons, you can do like all sorts of stuff. I'm sure I'll be showing some clips of this, but it is really cool. You got so much control. You can record, do a quick record of your keyboard button, and then you can make it repeat every certain amount inputted milliseconds. And that can be very useful in a game. I like all the configuration they give to you. I'm a little confused on how I have a headset and I have a mouse, so I don't really know how to sync them. Like, I can't sync the RGB lighting between the two, nor can I sync the zones on the mouse. It's a little confusing. Software isn't the most simple, but the macro part, it's pretty stinking cool. You can also do like some stuff with the RGBs, like it'll change in a certain game, but realistically that's only helpful with keyboard, and if it's even helpful there. I mean, if you put like a health indicator on your mouse, your hand is covering it. How would you see it? Or if you put it on your headset, like I have a headset and I have a mouse. If I put my hand on my mouse, I can no longer see the indicator. If I wear my headset, I can't see the indicator. So those aren't very helpful unless you have a keyboard, but yeah. So I like the software. It gets pretty regular updates. Got some good RGB lighting. I've got a little concern with that silicone coming off, but you can always glue something like that back on. Not ideal, but I feel like this mouse is gonna last a long time. It's not flimsy. It feels like a premium mouse. Yeah, I have no problem recommending this to someone if they want a mouse and they know what shape they like. I think it's a very comfortable mouse. Get a good grip, good sensor, good buttons, just all around pretty nice mouse. So if you want to check out this mouse, I have all the links for the Amazon and everything in the description, and the SteelSeries site, whatever. You can go check that out down there, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.